Dagger reporting. Eyes on objective.
Observer, this is station, roger that.
Alright, listen up, men. We're the first to recon this facility. And I don't mean a quarter section of it, but a facility with all four sides. Many have wanted this prize for a long time, but only our commander was crazy enough to do it. We're not going to let him or our republic down. Let's do this. 2, provide cover. Riley.
Yes, sir.
You got that rope ready?
Yes, sir.
Good man. Move out. Welcome back for another recon mission. Our objective is the Timmee Star Attack Battle Station. I've been eyeing this for a long time, and we finally have an entire base in the war room. My motto, go big or go home. All right, let's recon. I was away from home when this thing arrived, and my wife, bless her heart, knew that whatever was inside this box cost a lot of money. She didn't even bother to ask what was in it. Suffice it to say, the size of the box actually underrepresents what's inside. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and open this thing up. Months and months of anticipation building up to this very moment. Wow, here are the contents revealed. You see all four sections there are nice and neatly stacked up on top of each other. Again, the box doesn't represent the actual scale of what's inside. Along with each of these four sections are everything you need to set up all the guns, as well as extra gadgets, including some rockets. Here are instructions explaining where each sticker goes. There's a lot of them, and there are actually 2 sticker decal sheets with each one of these sections. This one up in the corner reminds me of the Power Rangers for some reason. The towers themselves are individually bagged. Each section comes with 2 towers, but when you put all 4 sections together, you only have 4 places for the towers, so what that means is you have 2 extra towers that are left over. Now we pull out one of these huge sections. Take a look at that. I love the texture of this plastic, and it's almost metallic looking. It has that certain sparkle to it. I really like it. Just an incredible amount of texturing along the walls here. I mean, it is truly a beautiful work of plastic. I started to set this up on the display table, and I quickly realized that we're not going to have enough room to do a full overview. So I had to go back and just do one section at a time. So at the overview, we see that we have all the pieces that you'll need to assemble just one section. And it should be noted that all of the other sides have identical parts, so everything is included. And I admit I have a history of getting ahead of myself, but I'm determined to not put any guns on backwards for this set. When you're putting this thing together, you're definitely going to need some parental strength, especially with these panel pieces. It's not as easy as it looks. I found it helpful to use both hands and actually push up from the opposite side in order to help get everything to snap into place. When I was putting the panels in, one thing I overlooked was this little notch right here, and the panels actually fit in this section too. So there's a little notch on the back of the panel, and you want to make sure that fits in here first, otherwise that'll be sticking out. That's on both sides, the left and the right. And we'll add the moving turret around. This was probably the easiest thing to attach. And once in, it rotates very smoothly. So there is a left and right tower, as you can see here by these tabs. And I wasn't too sure how sturdy these would be when they went in. But once they're set into the grooves, they sit in nice and snug. There's 3 rocket launchers on here and 6 machine guns. And that's just for one section. And if these guys look familiar to you, it's because they are. They're also featured in the C-130 gunship, with the difference being the color. On the gunships, the color is gray, but for the Star Attack base, the colors are a nice shiny black. And one observation about these guns is that everything holds up. Nothing is sagging or drooping down. In case you haven't noticed, this set is not intended for Army men sized units, that is, Army men that are about 132 or 135. This is actually intended for 118 action figures, and it's listed as, quote, action figure size on Timmee's website. So back in the 90s, this was processed plastics answer to some of these Star Wars and G.I. Joe sets that were coming out at the time. This was meant to compete against those. And you see the rockets or missile launchers, whichever you prefer to call them. The original one actually had missiles that fired. And on this one, for safety reasons, I guess the new age way of thinking, they do not fire anymore. They're static. But that, of course, meets the current safety standards. So the dimension listed here is 38.5 inches wide, 13 inches tall, and a depth of 14 inches. So you're talking about just a massive mold. And my hope here with some of these shots is to give you an idea of the scale that we're talking about here. And when you're putting this all together in a kind of a circular pattern, they don't actually lock into place, and you can't really butt them up against each other either. So what you have to do is you kind of have to get them close enough, and then you let the towers kind of create that enclosure feel to it. But once you get everything all together, the inside is huge. It's like the Roman Colosseum in there. It's so large that you can actually fit an entire AC-130 gunship inside. I mean, wow. And last but not least, we're going to take a look at some of the moving parts of this set. Here we have the trap door. Now that falls down into the prison cell area. Maybe you can put Cobra Commander in there. And then you have this large panel box over here. Now maybe that could be some type of large computer. Now this is meant to be lasers of some sort. They don't really look like lasers to me, but nonetheless they do offer some sort of obstruction. And we talked about this a minute ago, but we'll take another look at the turret. That does move around nice and snug. And just to confirm, the machine guns all hold their positions well. I want to talk about the entrance doors. These are, I think, meant to snap into place. There's little notches here, but you can see it doesn't quite work. On one section it does, it works exactly like it's supposed to be, but on the other three they kind of lean out a little bit. So that's certainly not a deal breaker for me. And providing us some backup today was the Marine Force Recon playset. That is from the Elite Force toy line. That is, of course, from Sunny Days Entertainment. And we have a review coming up for these guys as we begin to explore the 118 figures. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you. I hope you enjoyed this review of this entire Star Attack base, all 4 sections. We had a full battle dome here. This was an incredible amount of fun, and I couldn't wait to get back home to recon it with you. And the lesson of today, men, hard work pays off. Like, comment, and subscribe. For Call of Plastic, I'm Bill Greenwater, and until next time, stay frosty.